I'll get you to give me a lift with the bonnet. Grab a side of it then. Cheap parts, that's what it is. Something not right with the steering. The only thing I don't think is working is the temperature gauge. Hello, welcome to another 165 video. In today's video, we're going to finish the 165. I don't care if it takes 10 hours or 10 minutes. We're getting this tractor done today. In the last video, you would have seen, well, I'm not sure if that was a couple of weeks ago. Might be a few video in between. Anyway, it doesn't matter. In the last 165 video, you would have seen that the tractor didn't start at the end of the video. And we left it there, the battery on flat. So we charged up the battery. The next day, off camera, my father bled the tractor again and got the tractor running. So the 165 is now running. So that's today's video, is putting this basically back together, putting the bonnet on, putting the grille on, and getting it out, testing it, just making sure everything's working all right. So that's today's video. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Right, so you just saw the introduction to the video. Stay the hair. You just saw the introduction to the video, and as I said, we're going to get the grille on and get the bonnet on. They're both stuck away at the back of the shed, so I need to climb around to get them and be careful bringing them back because I really don't want to damage the paint on the bonnet. I might wait till my father comes back from changing the sheep from one field to the other. He'd give me a lift with it because it's not overly heavy, it's just big awkward thing. So let's get stuck into putting the rest of the tractor back together, starting with the grille. That's the easy part. So we'll get that in first. I'll get you to give me a lift with the bonnet. The bonnet, because the heavy one, it's not heavy, it's just awkward. Put that back on.
I hate them. Them injectors, if that had a been if we hadn't done them injectors up, she would have started.
Why is that? Why is that?
Well, them injectors were done up, so there's no diesel in them injectors.
Right.
And you bled her up till these injectors.
Right.
But she was still airlocked for them injectors, for the pipes going onto the engine.
Okay.
Right.
So,
she was, you know the way, you can't compress air the same as what you can compress liquid.
yes.
So she was going like this here and doing nothing.
You mean compressed liquid the same way you can compress air?
Aye. She was going, trying to pump the diesel through, but the diesel wasn't going up through. So we let her go that night, and the air returned out of the injectors. You know, the injectors filled because the diesel tank was above the injectors. She filled until the injectors, and the air bubbled out itself. So when I turned the key the next morning, the injectors were sitting full of diesel. She started to fire and go.
Right, the light is, I didn't notice it when I put the grill on, but the light is actually damaged here. It won't screw in. So I made a mistake in screwing these screws out, but they actually hold the light in and not the light socket. I think these were originally aluminium in the original 165s. This is now plastic. It's just not meant to last. This light thing broke. It's screwed in there, and there. Right, made a mistake. I screwed all the screws out because I thought they were all holding it in, but it's not. So I need to take it out, take the springs out.
That's for setting them.
Aye.
Watch them springs down, he dance away on them. damage that spring.
Hold on. Gotta grab the side of it then.
Aye, that would be probably the best too. Right, go on here. How did you get that off?
I don't know, but it's not on. Lift it up. That's it. Let it down. Just love new parts. Old. Good. Something like that. The last time, these are made of plastic by the way, and the last time we tightened this up, over tightened it and broke it here. So I'm going to try and not do that again. These all badges, they look good, but they're not. I think the originals were aluminium, like the lights, and they do look the part, but they're just take no abuse whatsoever. So this is different from this one. In this one, the screws are recessed. In the old one, the screws are recessed. In the new one, they sit flush on the top. So these screws are now not long enough. I don't know. Might just be long enough. I'm not sure if they are actually. Screws for that. Just wonder why they don't make the same thing the same way. It's cheap parts, that's what it is. Right, thought I had everything bolted up tight on the 165 ready for the test run, and then I discovered this. I didn't bolt the exhaust on. So I'm gonna bolt that on, or tighten that clamp actually, double check everything, and then we'll take it for a test run. I gotta get these tractors out of the way as well, but I'm dying to give this tractor a test run. I haven't driven this tractor in, what, a couple of years now, and just wanna get back on it again, it's a great fun tractor to drive. So bolt this up, then we'll take it for a test run. Okay, schoolboy error. I tightened the clamp up, but I had it too far up and it wasn't tightening onto the exhaust manifold. It was just pulling the exhaust in more, the bottom. Now I have to loosen it, bring it down, so that I'm tightening onto both. Anyway, I'll get there eventually. Let's get it tightened up. I think that's better this time. No shaky exhaust. So get all the tools off it now and get the tractors out of the way, and we'll take it for a run. Right, 165 is running, but something not right with the steering, so I'll get the old boy to investigate. It might just be a lack of oil, but it's very tight. Anyway, we'll investigate and then we'll go up the road. Seems to be lacking an oil in there.
Yes, for some reason, I don't know.
I don't know why that is. We never had that open. That's very strange. That would explain the lack of power steering. Okay, so just back from the little bit of a road run there. We'll take a look round, but everything seems to be working fine. The only thing I don't think it's working. It's the temperature gauge, but we'll keep the tractor running. Keep an eye on it. I'll spin the camera over and let you see. I hope you can hear me from the noise of the engine, but let's have a look. Right, gauges are working normal. Amps, fuel, and good oil pressure. You can see that there, yeah. Good oil pressure. I thought the temperature gauge wasn't working, but it seems to be creeping up slowly. So we'll just let the engine run for a little while longer and see if that moves into the green. If it moves into the green, then happy days. Everything's 100%. Right, engine is running very nice. No diesel leaks on this side. No oil leaks. No water leaks. Good. On this side, no diesel leaks, no oil leaks. Right, the thermostat is just coming into the green. I think you can see that. So that's working. Okay, well, 165 is back in its perch, and that engine is running like a mouse chewing paper. Just listen to it. Fantastic. No smoke, nothing. Brilliant. No oil leaks. Temperature gauge is working, it's coming up. It's picking up very slow, so I'll just ask my dad to check it, but took a long time to warm up. But anyway, it's working, and that's good enough for me. But I will, let's say I'll put it on the defects list. But what a great job. It's just, I'm so happy with that. That is fantastic. It's great to get that tractor back online again, because it's actually a very useful tractor. But yeah, 165 up and running. Yeah, there we go. You can see that there with the reflection, but now coming into the green. Oil pressure, brilliant. Temperature, super. So, great job. Okay, well, the 165 is back on her perch after a, have to say, very successful road run. Couldn't be happier with that, to be honest. Doesn't appear to be any oil leaks. Not that I ever doubted my father's work, I just doubted mine. But anyway, with that done, 165 is back now in operation, so it'll just come back online again. Not very many jobs for it in the winter time, to be honest. we'll try and get a few little footery jobs just to get it out and get it running. So yeah, so that's it. That now leaves the 165 mechanically sound all over. So that's the engine done. Previously, you know, when I did this tractor up, well, I say I did, I got help from my father, but we did, that's a better way of putting it. We did this tractor up about 5-6 years ago, and it took about 5-6 years to do that. So I think this tractor came to farm about 10-12 years ago. About 12 years ago. And it took me about 5 years working on and off at this to get it done up. And I'll insert a little photo of what it looked like before and a little photo of after. I'll stick it in here so you just see what I'm talking about. It was a complete dog when it came. It should have been in the scrap bin, but I took it on, and it was probably a bit too much. I probably bit off more than I could chew with it, but with the help of my father, I was able to put it back together. And at that time, the one thing we didn't do was the engine. Did the back end, the pump, the brakes. Brakes were in 3 times. That's another story. And front steer and all was done, new rams, pumps, all that stuff. But the engine was the one thing we left out. Primarily because it actually wasn't in bad condition, and also I just couldn't afford it at the time to pull the engine down and spend the money on it. Truth be told, probably should have done it, but anyway. But I will say one thing, and this is my experience of working on these, you can take it or leave it. When you're putting these things together, I think, in my opinion, that parts that are these reproduction parts that you get, cheap alternatives, stay away from them. Just stay away from them. I made that mistake. I got brakes for the back end of it that were cheaper than the ones you get from Massey, and I had them in within a short period of time. They started to stick, so I had to take them out, and I got other brakes, same brakes I suppose, same again, sticking, and I couldn't stick it anymore. Excuse the pun. Yeah, I used cheap brakes the first couple of times, and I put good proper Massey brakes in the next time, and that was the issue. Same with other bits and bobs that I've had in the tractor. Just use little cheap parts from these websites that you get. I don't know. Some people say that it's the same thing, only with an Acco brand on it or a Massey brand on it. I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. It certainly seems for me that when I use proper, genuine Massey parts on the tractors, I don't have issues. But that's just my experience. I'm not telling you what to do, but that's just my experience. In my experience, put the genuine parts in, it just seems to work better. That's it. So anyway, rant over. So delighted to have the 165 back, and as I say, I'll go online now. That's it for the 165 videos. There's been 3 of them, probably long enough. You're probably sick looking at it, but I'm so delighted that it's back, it's up and running, there's no issues. And yeah, that's it also for the video. So yeah, that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for likes, comments, and subscriptions from the last videos. I'm really enjoying making these videos, and I really enjoy Sunday afternoons, Sunday evenings. If you have comments, I sit down, and yeah, it's just fun for me. So there you go. That's it. That's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you. Bye-bye.